Hey, this is Brooke, functional medicine dietitian specializing in fertility, and this is the Fertility Dietitian podcast, where I help you uncover the barriers that are preventing you from optimizing your fertility and teach you how to work with your body to finally take home a healthy baby. Each week, I will be diving into different topics on fertility and sharing my perspective on physiology, metabolic health, nutrition, and lifestyle approaches that have helped hundreds of couples get pregnant even after years of heartache. My goal is to empower you with the knowledge you need to take back control of your fertility. Happy listening. Thyroid health has been a big part of my personal health and fertility journey. I have Hashimoto's thyroiditis, which is an autoimmune thyroid disease. I have been able to manage with nutrition and lifestyle changes through 2 healthy pregnancies, so it is possible, but it really takes an individualized approach. So just because things worked for me doesn't necessarily mean that they will work the same way for you. Before we dive in, there are 2 things that I have to say up front. First is that thyroid medication does nothing for autoimmune response against the thyroid, okay? So like our levothyroxine, for instance, not touching the autoimmune side of the thyroiditis, Hashimoto's thyroiditis. And second, having thyroid antibodies is an independent risk factor for pregnancy complications. So this means that even if your thyroid hormones are within optimal ranges, the risk for pregnancy complications is increased from elevated autoimmune activity against the thyroid. So we know that positive thyroid antibodies are linked to lower ovarian reserve, decreased egg quality, and poor artificial reproductive technology outcomes. So IVF, for instance. So what do you do then, right? Well, keep listening and learning. This episode will talk all about how to support your immune system to quiet its attack on the thyroid. And if you missed episode 22, go on back and start there, because this episode will talk more about how you can support thyroid function outside of Hashimoto's. So if you need a little bit more of that background, please jump over there and listen to that foundational episode first. Hashimoto's thyroiditis is an autoimmune condition that can lead to hypothyroidism or imbalanced thyroid hormones. Okay, so they are not automatically together. The autoimmune attack on the thyroid can lead to low thyroid function or imbalanced hormones down the road. Okay, antibodies to look at include thyroid peroxidase antibodies, also known as TPO antibodies, and thyroid globulin antibodies. Okay, both are important. Treating autoimmunity has to be focused on the individual, okay, not the diagnosis. And this really goes for any diagnosis. We have to support the individual, not the diagnosis, in order to get the best outcomes. There are factors that turn on autoimmunity, and they differ from person to person, even among those that have the same diagnosis, okay? So this is a really important thing to remember. And we should be asking what factors have contributed to immune system dysregulated. Common factors of this dysregulation of the immune system include things like oxidative stress, long-term hormonal contraceptive use. That's a big hand raise on my end. Infections, microbiome imbalance, definitely a big part of my picture. Gut lining health, also yes for me. Environmental toxins or toxic load. Yep, that is a super, super common one. Also part of my story. Nutrient deficiencies, trauma, and subconscious patterns as well. So a lot of these things are linked, but if we think about the root cause, if you will, we can typically trace it back to one, and then that one cause might have contributed to additional triggers that are now going to be an important part of how you manage your thyroid condition moving forward. Okay. So, and these are just a few. So you might be guessing that the approach to decrease antibodies should be individualized based on why they're being triggered. For me, I had to do a lot of gut healing that included eliminating gluten because I also have celiac disease. And this kind of combo diagnosis with celiac disease and Hashimoto's is quite common. All right. So it's definitely something to rule out or in and get tested for gluten or celiac disease if you haven't been. And you do have to be eating it in order to get that accurate testing. But cutting out gluten alone does not heal the gut, okay? And it was certainly not enough to heal my gut, and the leaky gut continued to trigger the Hashimoto's progression as it does for many. Okay, nutrient status goes hand in hand with gut health. And so in my story, that was a big part of managing my Hashimoto's as well, was healing that gut lining as I wasn't absorbing nutrients optimally, and stress, of course, was a big part of the picture as well, as it is for most. High toxic burden is a very common trigger as well. And if you are looking for more of what you can do on your own, cleaning up your products is a really great place to start as well. And I do have an episode about supporting your natural detox pathways and decreasing your toxic burden through making some product swaps, which can definitely make a big difference in how easy it is for you to turn your nutrient deficiencies around. So, as you might guess, in order to find these root causes, testing can be really helpful. So, working with a functional medicine provider, if you are looking to try to conceive, which I assume most of you are, most of my audience is, working with somebody who is very familiar with the connections with the Hashimoto's piece, these triggers and fertility can really be helpful for how easy it is for you to put all the pieces together and keep supporting your fertility. So, on your own, think about decreasing that toxic burden. We don't really need testing to know whether that is the exact trigger or not. It's always going to be contributing. Think about how you can nourish your nervous system, work on managing your stress, slowing down, and just supporting your overall food intake. Starting with the foundational tips that you can learn in episode 22, which just talks more about supporting the thyroid in general. And beyond that, really consider partnering with a provider that can help you dig deeper, learn more about your triggers, and truly manage your Hashimoto's for the best outcomes of conception and being able to carry to term and have that healthy baby. Hashimoto's is one that can be easily re-triggered postpartum too. So having those tools before getting pregnant can go a really long ways after pregnancy as well. I would love to be part of your support team. Don't hesitate to reach out if you wish to work with me and invite me into your support team. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Fertility Dietitian podcast. If you enjoyed it, please leave a review to let me know what topics you want more of or less of. If you want to keep learning, subscribe at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out my website for more info on my private coaching program, Master Your Fertility, or my membership community, Fertility Blueprint. And don't forget my digital store. Come say hi on YouTube and Instagram. See you in the next episode.